guys, so we've got two bikes here and we're going to do some part swapping, and I just want to show you guys what can be swapped from a 20 model over to the 18 and 19s. Okay, so I've got the only 2018 Blue Eagle, untitled 2018 Blue Eagle probably in existence right now. So I've got this 2018 Blue Eagle that has been used, sat outside a couple days, 184 miles on it. Runs great. Obviously it's a 2018. We used it for some other videos, and we're going to use it again. 20 that we're going to cannibalize, and we're going to swap everything we can over to that one. So what are we going to do? One, it's going to be a color change. All red parts are going over. The fuel tank's going over. The front fender's going over for sure. We'll talk about if that's possible. The skid plate will not go over. That's the only thing that will not be able to go over from it because of this bracket right here. You'll notice on your 18 or 19 there is no bracket for the front of that skid plate. The back two bolts will bolt in to any Brozz engine. The front one you'll have to fabricate something if you want to use our skid plate. And then we'll be swapping the exhaust obviously as well, and turn signals. But nothing too crazy, mainly just cosmetics in the fuel tank, but we're going to do that, and we'll be finished here relatively quick. We'll get started. See here, that was an 18, no, that was a 20 that we're still putting back together, and that's going to be the lone Kawasaki green 20 in the country for sale when it's back ready to do. Now this one we used the Blue Eagle from 18. What we did, we changed over everything on this unit that came from a 20 that could be considered an upgrade. The only thing that's not an upgrade is the thing down here. Because remember, that's not a bolt-on. The two bolts for the rear skid plate work, but there's no front bracket up here for the front, right? So, like this one, I'll give you a demo. See how there's a new bracket in the front? So, you have to make one if you want to put a skid plate. Or you could just go buy, I think people have put the CSC TT250 skid plate, and that worked just fine. So that's what I would do if you have an 18 or 19 Brozz or older. But what did fit on this bike was the exhaust. We changed over to the 19 plus exhaust. We changed over to the 20 plus turn signal. What else did we do? We put on the seat with the P Sport stitching, even though it's still a Blue Eagle engine. We changed over to the 20 model gas tank. It is a bolt-on. It is a little weird because the tank is a hair shorter, so they don't fit quite as good as the original style tanks do for the other ones. I will say I wouldn't personally swap tanks. I don't think it's needed. It does look better, but because it's shorter, like the tank is physically like an inch shorter, so the bolt you can't change back here. So what happens is where it mounts, it's hard to tell, but it's still in there. But I don't know, that'd be up to you, personal preference. I don't have any, as of what, April 3rd right now, I don't have any of the new tanks to sell you, so you'll have to be waiting until the summer anyway. And then in the front, the new turn signals, the new fender. Two things about the fender. Yes, they'll fit, but you need to make one modification. See how right here they're bent? this headlight bracket, you will, one of two things. You can really just sawzall, zip that right off, or Dremel it off. On the 20 plus they come bent like that, but you really don't need to. I suppose you could just cut it off if you have an older one, or you have to buy these little brackets, front and left side, and the bottom piece. So it'd be 3 pieces plus this to get it to fit. So obviously that sounds like money. Really, if you're going to do it, just get the fender and cut the thing off, the ear off right here, because I'll show you what the ear looks like on the other ones. See right here where it goes straight down? And this one goes straight down. And so really your only option is to zip it. Try that first, and just touch it with a marker where you cut so it's not silver. That's really your only option if you wanted to keep it, because of that corner part that goes up real high right here. It goes up right into it, and that's why they did that. When we got the bikes, we didn't know that this part was now going to be changed on the 20 models, so we didn't order any. So if you want to buy ears or the tank right now, as of April 2020, I don't have any to sell you, since I did not know they were different. But we'll get some more later on in the year, and you can do it properly, like a proper swap with everything. Right now, I don't see a reason though why you couldn't just zip it and have it work. So that's up to you though. Really, it's whatever you want to do. Honestly, if it was my money, I would wait until I had more of these in stock and buy the proper parts and do it like a factory assembled thing. But it does fit if you have all the parts, so that's good news. Like I said, everything that was upgraded for the 20, except for the skid plate, you can put on your 18 or 19 Brozz 250s. So that's good news. So your bike is completely customizable to the latest and greatest stuff, which is nice. Just wanted to let everybody know what is possible in the parts. I think our next Brozz shipment is coming in May. I don't remember what parts are coming on it, but I'm fairly positive we're having fuel tanks. I don't know if the brackets, we found out about that early enough to get them on that shipment though. But the fuel tanks are definitely coming. And like I said, fuel tanks, is it a must? If your tank went bad or it's rusted out, worth a shot trying the new one. If yours isn't bad, I would just keep using your old one, just because of, I mean, it fits so much better compared to on the bikes. I mean, they just fit right around it perfectly on the older ones with the older tanks, just because of the length, and that's just so much more solid. Shakes the whole bike instead of just this one. Well, this one's solid too, but sure don't look like it's quite as solid. So yeah, so these are all the upgrades that are available for your 2020 model Brozz, or sorry, all the upgrades that are now on the 20 model Brozz from previous years. I've just explained what you can and cannot do. Obviously, if you're a welder, you've got skills like that, you can make anything work on anything. But in terms of bolt-on stuff, the tank, the front fender with a couple of brackets, the exhaust, turn signals, all this stuff is an option for you. And as of right now, this will basically function as a 20 model bike, with the exception of the skid plate. So really, up to you if you want this stuff. Is it needed? Probably not, but it is an option for you if you want. So I just want to make this video to show you. Everybody always wonders what will fit, and I'm making this video just to show you that most of the 2020 stuff that have been changed for that year will probably transfer over to your older bikes, and so that's an option for you down the road. So thanks for watching.